Good morning. It is Friday, May 13th. Oh, jeez. And my throat is apparently very tired. I just woke up not too long ago, and oh man, I need water. Maybe I should have waited to record and not do this right when I was waking up. It's okay. I'll get more used to it as the day goes on. I need to find some cough drops though. I kind of have a sore throat this morning. I don't know why either. I just kind of woke up with it. I don't know. Maybe contaminants in the air or whatever. But yeah, my voice is very tired. But I at least wanted to start the day off with a vlog, just so that way we have one right up front. I figured I might as well, right? What time is it? It's gotta be pretty early still. Oh man. Okay, I knew I had my main phone with me somewhere. Oh yeah, it's 8:07, so it's still pretty early. I did mean to wake up at 6, but that didn't happen. I set my alarm for 6, woke up, then set it for 7, fell asleep, woke back up at 7, got up enough to go to the bathroom and all that, then went back to bed, and then woke up again at 8 so I could feed the cats, since that's their breakfast time. So, yeah, speaking of the cats, there's one right now. Hi, cutie. I don't know if it was even showing her, but yeah, there she is. Just fed them. Well, today's a work day, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Definitely want to make sure my throat's in better shape before then, so I probably shouldn't talk too much before work. Well, at least I'm talking quietly, right? Yeah, that's what's okay. Or that's okay, I suppose. I at least enjoy doing these. It's like a journal in a way. That's what I enjoy about these vlogs. Also, both cats are in here now. They both just finished eating, so of course they're both cleaning themselves. They're so cute. Anyway, after this, I'm probably going to start getting ready for the day and compile the clips from yesterday's vlog and hopefully get back to my usual upload schedule where I record throughout the day, render the videos the next morning, and then post them that same morning. So hopefully you guys will be seeing yesterday's vlog today. So yeah, with that being said, I will start doing that. Not much else to do, and yeah, we'll just get ready for the day. I'm a little more awake now, so that's nice. Kayla and I just played co-op Stardew Valley for like an hour, and that was fun. I also got yesterday's vlog uploaded, so we're back on our schedule. Heck yeah. With that being said, I'm going to get water, hopefully get my throat back on track. I'm gonna actually see if we have any tea. I might make some tea instead of coffee this morning, and hopefully that will help. But yeah, with that, here's hoping today goes well. I haven't had tea in so long. Hopefully I'll still like it. I just need to remember to actually put sugar in it, because last time I had tea I didn't have sugar in it, and that wasn't fun. But yeah, I will check back in with you guys later. I don't think I'll be recording particularly long vlogs unless I feel there's a lot to talk about. So, who knows, the next time I film, we might just be hanging out and reading the next chapter of Black Crystal. We'll see. Well, you guys will see in just moments. It's evening, friends. It is 10:12 now, so it's definitely late. Also, you may notice some different lighting. The living room light came on for whatever reason. I don't know why. It just does that on its own sometimes. But anyway, I do believe it's time to begin our nightly reading segment. So, last time we started with the prologue from the perspective of young Princess Lenora. And today we are going to begin part 1, or Act 1, starting with the first chapter. And here, let me go ahead and hold this with the other hand. Alright, let's begin then. Chapter 1, The Warning Bell. The bell of a temple in the center of the village began to ring early in the morning. It was ringing earlier than usual. As any sensible person might also think, young Garin Leonhardt knew this meant trouble. He was already awake before the bell even rang, but something must have been off. They wouldn't ring it this early for no reason, Garin thought to himself. He ran across the cobblestone streets of the quiet village, watching as people started emerging from their houses with oil lamps in hand. No one noticed him. Who would pay any attention to a poor, dirty orphan boy anyway? All people noticed of him was his long brown hair flying about in the wind, and his tattered and oversized clothing. "Are you bloody joking?" an old man shouted, waving his fist at the temple. "Curse our religious leaders. Do they really think the best way to bring us to God is to wake us up at the crack of dawn? Curse them, I say. Disestablishmentarianism is the way of the future, my friends." "Would you shut up?" a young member of the Crown's Guard shouted back. "That's a warning bell. There must be something wrong if they're ringing it this early." Garin didn't hear anything else from that conversation as he passed them with great haste, but the words of the Crown's Guard soldier warned him. A warning bell, Garin thought to himself. They never ring the bell this early. What's going on? He headed to the temple at the center of the village. One of the clerics from the temple guarded the front door, trying to calm the disgruntled mob of people attempting to enter the temple, but Garin caught his attention. "Lucius!" he exclaimed. The cleric, Lucius, looked at Garin with bright green eyes and quickly pulled him out of the crowd. As soon as they were in the temple, he locked the door and wiped his brow with the sleeve of his cloak. Garin looked out at the crowd behind them and scoffed. "Lucius, what is going on? Did Peter do this?" "I'm afraid he wasn't up to his usual antics," Lucius said, attempting to take deep breaths. "This is a serious matter, my friend." Garin looked at him with a lifted eyebrow. "What do you mean?" "Demons," Lucius said, shaking Garin by the shoulders. "Creatures of hell, monsters, the spawn of Satan himself." Lucius backed off and gasped before speaking again in a more hushed tone. Sorry, I'm still a little shaken." "It's fine," Garin said, his arms crossed. "Just explain. What in the world is going on?" Lucius turned around, spotted the mob of disgruntled old people outside the church through the glass double doors, and swallowed. "The bishop and I were on a walk in the hills," he began. "He sensed a malevolent presence and wanted to investigate." The doors to the church rattled. Both Garin and Lucius turned around to look, and they saw the angry villagers trying to open the doors, their voices getting louder. "Peter and Anne are in the bell tower," Lucius said, placing a hand on Garin's shoulder. "They can tell you the rest, all right?" Garin raised an eyebrow. "Well, why can't you do that?" Lucius gestured toward the angry mob. "I've got business to take care of," he said. "We'll have a talk about it later. For now, find the other two." Without another word, Lucius pulled the double doors open and headed back outside. The empty church foyer was flooded with the sound of 100 voices complaining and demanding to speak to the bishop. Lucius's calm but timid voice was quickly drowned out by the sound. The doors closed behind him, and the church fell quiet once again. Garin turned towards the empty halls of the church, the only light inside coming from torches lining the old brick walls. He'd forgotten how calming, yet eerie, the Alarian church could be so early in the morning. Taking a deep breath, he made his way towards the wall to the west. A staircase made with metallic mesh steps began within that wall, spiraling upwards towards the top of the bell tower. The bell's toll from above echoed across the tower's walls, sending a reverberating force through Garin's body. He shrugged it off and began his ascent. He climbed up the staircase 2 or 3 steps at a time, covering his ears with each toll. The closer Garin got to the top of the tower, he began to hear the familiar sound of other boys and girls around his age, shouting and hollering. They weren't doing so to create chaos like usual, he observed. Their cries sounded fearful, panicked. Before Garin resided the open wooden door leading to the top of the tower. The shouts of children and bells' tolls became much louder. The children in the tower were running amok after ringing the massive bell above the village. Garin walked through the arched doorway, looked through the crowd of children. A tall, skinny young man with a blemished face full of zits and scars, who looked to be the oldest in the group, hurried towards Garen and shoved him. "Where the hell have you been?" he asked with a hushed voice. "Anne and I have been worried about you, you know." "Nice to see you too, Peter," Garen scoffed, shoving the young man back. "I just needed some fresh air, so I was taking a walk. That aside, can you please explain what in the hell is going on? Lucius told me something about demons, but then I had to deal with all the angry old people outside, so he told me to come find you and Anne." The tall young man, Peter, looked back at the hollering children for a moment and bent down, placing a hand on Garen's back as they walked away. "Don't tell Anne I told you," he began, "but the princess is here in the village," a girl's voice said. Garen and Peter turned around at the same time to see a short girl with a dark brown complexion and bright emerald eyes standing before them, her arms crossed and her mouth curled into a smirk. "What the hell, Anne?" Peter said. "I was supposed to tell him." "You took too long," the emerald-eyed girl, Anne, said. She stuck her tongue out at Peter and looked back at Garen. "Lucius and the bishop found her last night, unconscious, in the middle of the forest," she continued. "Not only that, but she was surrounded by demons, creatures of unidentifiable shape, made of black smoke, with eyes that glow as red as the blood that runs through your veins." "No need to get so dramatic," Peter remarked. "Hey, back up a bit," Garen said, his eyes darting between Peter and Anne. "You mean Princess Lenora? Like the princess of the whole freaking province?" "Shh," Peter and Anne hissed. Peter quickly covered Garen's mouth and looked around at the children, making sure no one's eyes had wandered towards them. After a moment, he pulled his hand off of Garen's mouth and spoke in a whisper. "Damn it, keep your voice down. The bishop said this is a secret between us three, he and Lucius. Not even the rest of the church council knows. The whole village would be in an uproar if they knew the princess was here." "Then why ring the bell in the first place?" Garen asked. "The people are already in an uproar as is." "It was more of an alert," Anne said. "The bishop wanted to make the Crownsguard aware that there are demons nearby, and to keep the village perimeters protected in case demons find their way within the village itself." "The general public is more like a side effect," Peter remarked. Garen looked at the children all around them for a moment, then up at the sky through the open bell tower windows. It was still dark. Clouds covered the early morning sky. Only a hint of light emerged from the eastern horizon as the sun began to rise. "All right," Garen said with a gentle sigh. "In a nutshell, shit's crazy. Where's the princess now, if I may ask?" "It's better to show you than to tell you," Peter said, heading towards the arched entrance of the bell tower. "Let's head downstairs. We'll show you." And that, my friends, is Chapter 1 of Black Crystal: The Origin. Hope you guys enjoyed it, as always, and we will be continuing this again tomorrow night. With that being said, I hope you have a lovely night, had a day, and I will see you all tomorrow. I didn't hit the stop button. This always happens.